interesting. They'll have their own little mound that they like sit on.
Ancient Greece simply shouldn't have gear wheels. These were precision gears.
Rectangles, spirals, squares.
For centuries, people have been discovering clues about ancient times. These discoveries have helped us learn more about what life was like long ago. But even with all the advances in technology, there are still some ancient items that science can't explain. This raises interesting questions about how technology has changed the way we understand the world. What can these mysterious artifacts tell us about the past? Stay tuned to find out. Ulbe Swords. Ulbe Swords came from the Rhineland, Austrasia, the center of the Frankish dominion, which eventually became part of the Franconian stem duchy. Because of the form of the given name Ulfbert, it has long been considered that the swords have a Frankish origin. While most of the swords have been discovered in Northern Europe, they are thought to have been Frankish in origin. Instead of being commercial goods, the swords were probably exported as ransom, loot, or contraband because it was against the law to sell to foreigners at the time in the Carolingian Capitularia. 3 of these examples have been discovered as far away as Volga, Bulgaria, which was formerly a part of the Volga commerce route. 167 Ulbe swords in all have been discovered, primarily in Scandinavia and the Baltic Sea region. Stalsberg lists 14 Finnish Ulbe swords, although Moilanen lists more. Here's another intriguing one. Baghdad Battery. The estimated age of Baghdad Battery is 2,000 years, from the Parthian period, about 250 BCE to CE 250. The jar, which was discovered in Kujut Rabu, just outside of Baghdad, is made out of an asphalt stopper and a clay jar. A copper cylinder encircles an iron rod that protrudes through the asphalt. The jar generates roughly 1.1 volts when it is filled with vinegar or any other electrolytic solution. The best bet is that the jar was some sort of battery, but there is no written record of its precise purpose. According to scientists, the batteries were used to electroplate objects, such as applying a layer of one metal, gold, to the surface of another, silver, assuming such is their intended purpose. This is a method still used in Iraq today. Shroud of Turin. The Shroud of Turin is a piece of cloth that is said to have been used as Jesus Christ's burial robe. It has been in the Royal Chapel of Turin, Italy's Cathedral of San Giovanni Battista, since 1578. Debates concerning the shroud's authenticity and devotion by those who think it is a genuine relic of Christ have centered on it for centuries. There are marks on the pictures that are said to match Jesus's wounds from the crucifixion. Thorn marks on the head, cuts on the back, like they were from flogging, bruises on the shoulders, and different stains of what are thought to be blood. Dropa Stones. It is said that the Dropa Stones are speculative artifacts. They are said to be a set of granite discs that date back 12,000 years and have inscriptions engraved on them that tell of an alien crash that landed on Earth. Numerous investigations have turned up no evidence that the stones are on exhibit in any museum around the world, or that anyone was purportedly engaged in their discovery and translation.
This is a buy disc, by the way. It has a whole bunch of magical spells and rituals on it.
Jacques Vallée, a French ufologist, believes the story is a fake. Over time, more fictitious details were added, and these can be found in more modern versions of the tale. Ernst Wegerer, or Wegener, an Austrian engineer, is said to have seen 2 of the Dropa stones during a visit to the Banpo Museum in Xi'an, Shanxi, in 1974. He was permitted to hold one of the discs in his hand and take close-up pictures of it, but it is reported that he asked questions regarding them and got no response. In 1994, the discs were no longer in existence. The next one would shock you. Nanmadol. Located in the Madalenimu district of Pohnpei State in the Federated States of Micronesia in the western Pacific Ocean, Nanmadol is an archaeological site that lies close to the island's eastern shore. Up until roughly 1628, Nanmadol served as the Saudalur dynasty's capital. Nanmadol was built by twin sorcerers, Olisipa and Olosopa, from the legendary Western Katao, also known as Kanamwaiso, according to Pohnpeian tradition. In search of a location to erect an altar in order to worship the deity of agriculture, Nanason Sapu, the brothers arrived in a big canoe. The 2 brothers built an altar near Temwen Island and carried out their rites there after multiple failed attempts. According to mythology, these brothers used a flying dragon to help them raise the enormous stones. Antira Mechanism. The Antira Mechanism is a hand-powered solar system model from ancient Greece. The earliest known analog computer is this one. It could be used to forecast eclipses and astronomical positions decades in advance. Similar to an Olympiad, the ancient Olympic competition's 4-year cycle, it may also be used to track the athletic competitions. In 1901, the object was found among the wreckage of a shipwreck off the shore of the Greek island of Antikythera. Archaeologist Valerios Stias discovered that it included a gear in 1902. Sacsayhuaman Walls. The citadel known as Sacsayhuaman, or Fortress of the Royal Falcon or Hawk, is located on the northern outskirts of Cusco, Peru, the Inca Empire's former capital. There are 3,701 meters, 12,142 feet, above sea level at the location. The Incas constructed the complex in the 15th century, especially under Sapa Inca Pachacuti and his successors. The site was covered with dry stone walls made of enormous stones which were painstakingly carved by the workmen to fit together firmly. Together, Cusco and Sacsayhuaman were included to the UNESCO World Heritage List in 1983 in order to gain international recognition and save them. Today, the archaeological site is a popular tourist attraction. Voynich Manuscript. The Voynich Manuscript is an illustrated book that was written by hand in Voynichese, an unidentified script. It was written on vellum that was carbon dated to the early 15th century, 1404-1438. According to unique studies, the book might have been written during the Italian Renaissance in Italy. Scholars now lack the translations and context necessary to adequately entertain or rule out any of the hypotheses surrounding the manuscript's origins, authorship, and purpose, which are still up for debate. A script for a natural language or a constructed language, an unreadable code, a cipher, or another type of cryptography are examples of speculations. Peri Rice Map. The Ottoman admiral and geographer Peri Rice created the Peri Rice Map of the world in 1513.
The map was made by an Ottoman Turkish sea captain named Peri Rice, who lived in the late 15th, early 16th centuries.
About 1/3 of the map is still in existence and is kept in Istanbul's Topkapi Palace. Peri Rice gave Ottoman Sultan Selimnan R 1512-1520 the 1513 world map following the empire's conquest of Egypt in 1517. The map disappeared from history until it was rediscovered centuries later, thus it is unclear how Selim used it, if at all. The remaining fragment, which included a partial copy of a chart by Christopher Columbus that had been lost, attracted attention from all around the world when it was unearthed in 1929. Keep watching to find out more. Festos Disc. Possibly dating from the Middle or Late Minoan Bronze Age, 2nd millennium BC, the Festos Disc is a disc of burnt clay from the Greek island of Crete that has writing in an unidentified script and language.
Physically, it's the only large disc that's found in the Near East or Mediterranean area. Nobody can decide what it is and where it came from.
There is still disagreement over its initial manufacturing location and purpose. At Herakleon's Archaeological Museum, it is currently on exhibit. Sometimes the name is spelt Festos or Festos. Luigi Pernier, an Italian archaeologist, found the disc in 1908 while excavating the Minoan palace of Festos. The disc, which has a diameter of around 15 centimeters, 5.9 in, is covered on both sides with spiral text. The Bong Pipes. Bong Pipes are pipe-like structures located in China's Qinghai province, close to the town of Delingha. Many scientists think they are the fossilized castings of tree roots, despite the fact that many theories, including paranormal ones, have been put out regarding their origins. Chinese writer, or, according to other accounts, archaeologist, Bai Yu, discovered the pipes in 1996 while investigating a remote area of the Qaidam Basin. He saw what appeared to be a carved triangular cave opening close to a saltwater lake called Tosan Lake, in an escarpment known as Mount Baigong. He then entered and discovered the pipes. The Main Penny. The Main Penny, sometimes known as the Goddard coin, is a silver piece from Norway that was struck during the reign of Olaf Kyrre, who ruled from 1067 to 1093 AD. It was allegedly found in 1957 in Maine and has been proposed as proof of transoceanic interaction before the arrival of the colonists. As was the case with most of the 30,000 findings, the coin's discovery circumstances were not properly documented in the record. Initially, the coin was mistaken for a 12th century British penny. In 1978, London academics speculated that it might have been Norse in origin. There is no question today that the main penny is an Olaf Kira silver coin. Want to find out more? Keep watching. The Longu Grottoes. The Longu Grottoes, also known as the Xiaonanhai stone chambers, are a collection of 24 man-made sandstone caverns.
A lot of the caves haven't been drained or even explored yet, and there's 24 caves in this area that they know about.
Situated in Longu County, Kuzhou Prefecture, Zhejiang Province, China, close to the settlement of Xi'an-bei-kun on the Chu River on Fenghuang Hill. Although the cavern's creation date is unknown, they are described in a poem by Yu Shun from the 17th century, and clay from pots dating from 206 BC to 23 AD was discovered in silt inside the caves. The Taxic Calixtlahuaca head. Found in 1933 among pre-Columbian or only post-Columbian burial goods in the Taxic Calixtlahuaca zone in the Toluca Valley, about 65 kilometers northwest of Mexico City. The Taxic Calixtlahuaca head is a terracotta head that was likely formerly a component of a larger figurine. Romeo H. Hristoff, an archaeologist, has argued that the skull is proof of pre-Columbian transoceanic communication between Rome and the Americas because it seems to have a similar style to Roman origin artifacts. But there have also been a number of additional theories offered to explain its existence. The Ladov plate. The discs tell the story of a spacecraft that crashed thousands of years ago from another planet. The nearby Ham tribe, who perceived the survivors as a threat, chased them down after they sought sanctuary in caves. The Dropa and the Ham tribe eventually became allies. The skeletons and physical characteristics of the contemporary Dropa people who still reside in the caves.
The ongoing mystery is exactly why they were made and why they were put in tombs.
May indicate that they are descended from the crashed extraterrestrials, as the Dropa are described in the discs and local folklore. Although there is some uncertainty, the majority of theorists think the discs offer proof of a real extraterrestrial collision in the distant past. It doesn't stop there, though. Stone spheres of Costa Rica. There are more than 300 different types of stone spheres in Costa Rica, the Diquis Delta, and Isla del Cano. Bolas de Piedra, or stone balls, is another name for them in the area. The spheres, often known as the Diqui spheres, are sometimes credited to the now extinct Diqui Society. These are the Isthmo-Colombian region's most well-known stone carvings. Although their precise meaning is still unknown, it is believed that they were arranged in lines along the route leading to the chiefs' homes. The Palmar Sur archaeological excavations are a set of excavations that have focused on a location called Finca 6 Inches, Farm 6, in the Diquis Delta, which is in the southern part of the country. The archaeological discoveries are from the Chiriqui period, 800-1550 CE, and the Aguas Buenas period, 300-800 CE. Klerksdorp spheres. Klerksdorp spheres are tiny, frequently spherical to disc-shaped objects that miners and rockhounds have gathered from pyrophyllite deposits that date back 3 billion years and were mined by Wonderstone Limited close to Ottosdal, South Africa. In books, popular articles, and numerous websites, quack scientists and reporters have identified them as unexplained, out-of-place artifacts that could only have been created by intelligent people. After studying these items, geologists came to the conclusion that they were created by natural processes rather than being produced. Fuente Magna bowl. A local farmer in Bolivia found a huge stone boat called the Fuente Magna on the banks of Lake Titicaca. Its dating and cultural association are unclear, as is the setting in which it was discovered. It's a big piece that resembles a libation vessel. A farmer near Lake Titicaca, close to the hamlet of Chua, discovered it in 1950. At the moment, it is housed in the Museo de Oro Museum of Precious Metals on Jane Street in La Paz, Bolivia. Its interior etching has some similarities to cuneiform lettering from non-Sumerian Mesopotamia. According to Alexander H. Joffe, the inscription is just intentional gibberish or geometric filler. Furthermore, if anything, the interior face resembles artwork from the nearby Tiwanaku culture, c. 200-1000 CE. Here's something even more interesting: the Baltic Sea Anomaly. When Peter Lindbergh, Dennis Aberg, and their Swedish Ocean X diving team were treasure hunting on the seabed of the northern Baltic Sea in the middle of the Gulf of Bothnia in June 2011, they captured an indistinct sonar image that shows the Baltic Sea Anomaly. Following the team's suggestion that their sonar image revealed an object with peculiar characteristics of apparently non-natural origin, tabloid media speculated that the item was a sunken UFO. The Swedish company Ocean X calls itself a salvage company and treasure seeker. The team said they were looking for an old shipwreck in the Baltic Sea between Sweden and Finland in the summer of 2011 and came back with a blurry but interesting sonar image: Göbekli Tepe. Turkey's southeast Anatolia region is home to the Neolithic archaeological site known as Göbekli Tepe. During the pre-pottery Neolithic, the settlement was inhabited from approximately 9,500 BCE to at least 8,000 BCE. It is well known for its enormous circular constructions with enormous stone pillars. These are some of the earliest megaliths in the world. Archaeologists can learn a great deal about prehistoric religion and the unique iconography of the time from the anthropomorphic details, clothing, and sculptural reliefs of wild animals that adorn several of these pillars. The 20-acre tell, which is 15 meters and 50 feet high, is heavily covered with ancient stone-cut cisterns, quarries, and other minor constructions, as well as some evidence of later activity. UFOs on commercial flights. Looking out the window of a plane, you never know what you might see. This pilot spotted a round object flying next to his aircraft. It glows and has a classic disc shape. It got close, then suddenly shot straight up at an unbelievable speed, vanishing instantly. Is it just chance? Or is there a connection between UFOs and commercial flights? In another video, a small black object zipped past a plane window at a high speed. Some say it was a drone, but the altitude makes that hard to believe. This footage has fueled wild theories about airlines secretly working with aliens on advanced teleportation technology. If you find this mysterious, then get ready for the mind-blowing revelation just ahead. Hanging UFO. This strange flying object was spotted hovering just a few feet above the ground, but what shocked people was the way it remained unbothered by the camera recording it. But it wasn't alone. A second object follows closely behind, although it is less visible than the first one. Suddenly, it started beaming a flashing blue light. According to aviation experts, the light could be a signal to the other UFO. This unusual sight has triggered several theories. Is it an alien spaceship? Or is it just a glitch in our world? Apocalyptic light. People have predicted the world's end for centuries, and none was as frightening as the famous 2012 scare. A new video from Cordoba, Argentina, has stirred up these fears again. What you see on your screen now is a huge object caught falling from the sky with a flashing light. According to some sources, it is an alien reconnaissance drone gathering intelligence on us, but no alien soldiers have appeared in the streets. Others believe it was the military testing a new high-tech flying machine, Airborne Figure. People in Russia were shocked when they saw this human-like figure floating still in the sky. It was crouched in a squatting position and slowly moved backward before vanishing completely. No one knows what it was or where it came from, which has left millions of people guessing. According to extraterrestrial experts, it has a comb-shaped head, just like we expect aliens to have, but critics believe it is just something more ordinary, like a helium balloon that can change shape. Green beam scam. People were panicked when they saw a black saucer-shaped object, followed by a trail of smoke in perfect sync. The internet quickly filled with theories, from secret government experiments to alien visits. Meanwhile, in Colorado, people were startled by flashing lights and a swirling green beam lighting the night sky. At first, they thought it was another military drill, but when no further military activity was observed, people began thinking it could be something extraterrestrial, maybe even a space object sending a distress signal. Dancing flares. A strange video appeared online showing two bright orange orbs chasing each other at high speed. Their sharp, precise movements have led people to conclude they are either advanced alien drones or other technology beyond our current capability. In another similar video, a huge triangular object hovers above the clouds. Its massive size and shape remind people of futuristic bases from sci-fi movies. Could these command centers for aliens be home to creatures living in the clouds? Tell us what you think before we continue. Orange orbs. The internet exploded with excitement after this clip appeared. You can see orange orbs floating in the sky over Colombia. At first, they were hard to see, but as the camera zoomed in, they looked like small fireballs with hat-like shapes. The orbs slowly descended and disappeared, moving intelligently and purposefully. While the family who filmed it believed they were aliens, others thought they might be air lanterns. Although some dismissed it as a fake, many fans were convinced it was real. Rotating object. Get ready to have your mind blown away by this rotating object spreading like a tentacle. It moves in strange patterns, suddenly stands still, and darts away at unimaginable speed. There are two versions of the explanation for this. Some people suggest that it is an unknown flying object with an unusual design, but some argue that an unknown creature might move through the atmosphere. But what kind of animal can suddenly speed off like this? Strange sky activity. The mysterious lights seen in this video have left many people unsettled. At first, one might think it is a glitch in nature, but if you observe closely, it appears more like a machine. The person who filmed the video suggested that the small orbs might be UFOs protecting a larger spacecraft scanning Earth. The smaller light beams circling, the bigger one, only added to the mystery. The video quickly went viral, and some viewers suggested it was a star or an unknown planet. Until someone investigates more, we may never know the truth behind these lights. Brazilian sky object. Brazilians recently awoke to a scary sight. A motionless armadillo-shaped object floating in the sky. Eyewitnesses say it appears more like a living creature than flying technology.
It's kind of unreal. Very, very good. This is definitely not a drone.
On the internet, many users suggest that it is a portal to another dimension. As the mystery continues, a more unsettling idea has come up. Maybe the object isn't just watching us, but waiting for something. Probably waiting to strike us. UFO or Dementor. Last year, a flight passenger filmed something strange outside their window, a smoky shape rapidly following the plane. The video quickly went viral. Some believed it was the exhaust trail of a UFO, while others were convinced it was a real-life Dementor. Nothing about the sighting seemed man-made, which only added to the mystery, falling from the sky. If this video weren't caught on camera, nobody would believe it happened. Look at this mysterious object falling quickly toward the ground. The object, which looked like a figure with a flapping tail, descended rapidly before disappearing. Some viewers thought it could be an alien escaping from another UFO, while others suggested it was just a deflated balloon blown by the wind. No matter what, sightings like this send fear down people's spine. Dark object. On September 13th, a pedestrian in France filmed a mysterious object in the sky with their phone, capturing incredibly clear footage that leaves little doubt about its authenticity. At first, it appears to be a small dot in the sky, possibly a bird or drone, but as the video zooms in, the object's unusual shape becomes clear. Unlike anything we've seen before, it seems to fly upwards, but the figure resembles Superman when the clip is paused. This raises an intriguing question. Could this be a real extraterrestrial encounter, or is it just a balloon shaped like the famous superhero? If that isn't problematic enough, wait for the next clip we will reveal. Star Wars UFO. Here's the deal. A couple of friends in Uganda were driving down a road when they saw something strange in the distance. It was moving incredibly fast and had an unusual shape, almost like a vehicle from Star Wars. Sightings like this make you wonder if those sci-fi scenes are inspired by more than just imagination. Some people immediately thought it was an alien spacecraft, while others suggested it looked like a giant transformer taking flight. Skeptics argued that the video was blurry and could have been manipulated, but we'll leave it to you to decide. Giant ascending humanoid. In 2015, This video took the internet by storm. Next to a towering building, a large humanoid figure was seen rising into the sky. Does it look like your favorite Marvel superhero? We are surprised too. Was this a human or an alien returning to its home base? Some believed it was a human hybrid, while others thought it was an edited clip. Either way, the video raised interesting questions. Was this proof of Nephilim, extraterrestrials, or something even more scary? While we can't say precisely what it is, one thing we noticed was a blinking light near the foot. This suggests that the figure is an advanced technology, not a being. That is not all. A UFO expert suggested this could be bioengineered super soldiers. Welcome to the army of the future. Shapeshifting UFO. Earlier this year, this strange object was spotted in the skies above the UK. UFO enthusiasts quickly called it extraterrestrial, while skeptics took a more cautious approach. What made the sighting even stranger was the object's ability to produce powerful bursts of lightning, as if it could control the weather.
That would be the best way to describe, because that's creepy. That is alien object to me, because it did this whole, like, praise the Lord hands.
It made an angel.
This unusual behavior led some to suggest that NATO forces were fighting an air battle with extraterrestrials. Some even claimed they could feel a strange energy coming from the object. The incident has left many puzzled, with theories flying everywhere. A media report suggests it was a new military technology in distress, but it appears more like a deflated balloon caught in rough weather. Burning sky. A couple looking out their window spotted this extraordinary sight in the sky and quickly began filming. They saw brilliant golden lights glowing in the distance. It has striking similarities to missiles raining down from above. Online users suggested that the phenomenon was a UFO struck by an anti-air missile, but the military and government have been silent about the event, fueling rumors of an active cover-up. About a month earlier, in Chile, a similar strange craft was seen hovering low in the sky near tall buildings, but the question remained, why was it so close to the ground and in plain sight? Was it running out of fuel, or did the craft not care about getting caught? The skies have a way of shocking us, but the incident in the next clip left onlookers bewildered. Keep watching to find out why. Clowns in the sky. This menacing, clown-like shape appeared in the sky, causing people to scramble for their phones to capture it. Just as they began to record, a small glowing orb rose from the ground and collided with the dark shape, causing it to vanish completely. As usual, UFO enthusiasts on social media suggested it was a battle between two opposing groups of extraterrestrial forces. The sudden appearance of a circular void in the sky, lit up by a blinding light, made it feel like the sky itself was about to rip open on those present. The Phoenix Lights. On the evening of March 13, 1997, a massive V-shaped UFO was reported flying over Phoenix at around 8:15 p.m. Witnesses described the object as having 5 spherical lights and large enough to block out the stars as it silently moved across the sky. Later that evening, around 10 p.m., the U.S. Air Force dropped slow-falling military-grade flares as part of a training exercise. Some speculated that the military had intentionally flooded the sky with lights to discredit the UFO reports. Belgian UFO Wave. Between November 1989 and April 1990, thousands of people across Belgium reportedly saw this triangular UFOs flying overhead. Belgian officials even tracked these objects using radar on several occasions. On the evening of March 30th, 1990, about 13,500 people witnessed the UFOs being chased by 2 F-16 fighter jets. Over the course of an hour, the jets made 9 attempts to intercept the UFOs, with one radar lock showing the UFO accelerating from 150 meters per hour to over 1,100 meters per hour, while simultaneously descending from 9,000 feet to 5,000 feet in mere seconds. To this day, the identity of the Belgian UFOs remains unexplained. As of January 2024, a satellite tracking website called Orbiting Now has reported over 8,377 active satellites orbiting the Earth. These satellites play a vital role in gathering information about our planet's clouds, oceans, land, and air. They also enable in-flight phone communications and play a vital role in connecting rural areas. However, an intriguing discovery emerged from a gravity mapping satellite. In 2018, researchers examining data from a satellite that had been inactive for 5 years stumbled upon remarkable findings that reshaped our knowledge of Antarctica's geological and geographical history. The discovery was made possible by the Gravity Field and Ocean Circulation Explorer (GOCE) satellite, launched by the European Space Agency in 2009. Over 4 years, the GOCE satellite meticulously mapped Earth's gravity field until its intentional destruction. Joe Rogan found it astonishing that this satellite contained gravity images that revolutionized our understanding of Antarctica. The new data provided further evidence that India, Australia, and Antarctica were once part of the same landmass called Gondwana, a subsection of the supercontinent Pangaea, over 180 million years ago. Today, remnants of this ancient continent lie hidden beneath Antarctica, presenting an unparalleled opportunity for exploration and the potential discovery of invaluable information. Number 19. Mystery of the Blood Falls, finally solved. Amongst the weirdest things that have been discovered in Antarctica, this might be the most shocking sight. The Blood Falls, mystery in the frozen continent's McMurdo Dry Valleys, has intrigued scientists for years. This crimson body of water, surrounded by white ice, has finally revealed its secret. Millions of years ago, as the Antarctic region changed, flooding occurred, forming lakes and pools. Cooling temperatures led to the formation of glaciers, trapping the water beneath layers of ice. Devoid of oxygen and isolated from the atmosphere, the water became rich in iron and highly salty. The iron oxidation in the brine, similar to rusting, gives it a striking crimson color. While the mystery of the Blood Falls hue has been unraveled, scientists acknowledge that much remains to be learned about the Blood Falls phenomenon. Do you think any of these items are still relevant to history? Kindly share your answers, thoughts, and opinions in the comments section. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this channel to enjoy more videos like this. Also, click the next video shown on your screen. You will enjoy it.